What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a fantastic day. It's Tuesday. Got some updates on some things that are going on for you and everything like that. Pretty good message this morning. Hope you're doing well. We got us a little hustle in the mug going on. Just got through walking the dogs, taking a look at some of the numbers having to do with the business and everything like that. The duplex is ready to go. Got one side rented. Had somebody that was going in the other side. That did not happen, and so it's kind of back on the market, so to speak. Having to do with the cottage, we got somebody that is putting a deposit down on it Thursday. We should have that ready like January 15th, and so that'll be one of those non-producing properties up and going and money coming in. The thing about it is that you got to remember, if we own it and it's not producing cash, then it's actually costing us money, okay? At the very least, you're having to pay taxes on it. You might have insurance on it. The other thing is that property goes downhill when people aren't living in it. I don't make the rules. I can't explain it, but it happens. I've seen it happen way too often, okay? And so we're getting the ball rolling, and that was part of my big goal is that when I refinance that property was to turn around and get the properties that I have that are non-producing at the moment, get those up and going so that we've got that revenue coming in. The thing that I want to talk about is this. So here's the thing. You know, you see the analogy about the shark being in an environment that if it's a small environment, the shark will only get so big. Well, if you put them in an environment that is conducive for them growing larger, they actually will. We as humans are basically the same way, okay? Now, it's not necessary, however, it helps tremendously. What is it that you can do to help yourself grow? One of the fastest and quickest ways is find a coach or a mentor, somebody that is doing what you want to be doing, somebody is in the position that you would trade places with, okay? They've gone before you, they've made the mistakes, they've got the shortcuts, they've got the mindset, okay? You know, there's so many different skills out there. Learning how to get along with others and selling are probably the top two skills that, you know, well, if you want to be able to make $1 billion, those two will probably get you to 50 million, okay? Just using this for an analogy. They'll get you to 50 million, okay? However, we do everything for one or two reasons. We're either seeking pleasure or trying to avoid pain by the decision that we make, okay? Regardless of what it is, I assure you, it will come down to one of those two outcomes, okay? One of those two desired effects that we're seeking, looking for. If you can get your emotions in check, and what I mean by that is that virtually every time that we spend money, emotions are involved, okay? And I'll tell you right now, there's a big reason that most people in this country are financially illiterate and living paycheck to paycheck. Because there is no fun getting, we'll say, a check for $1,500 and then cutting $500 off and sending it off into the abyss somewhere that you get a statement once a month that shows how much your investment has grown or lost. That's not a whole lot of fun. You don't see people on Facebook posting pictures of that check that they wrote to send to the index fund or send to the mutual fund or send to their IRA or extra contribution to a 401k, 403b, whatever it is. You don't see that happening, okay? Now, you do see people taking pictures of rental properties. There's a reason for that. Subconsciously in this country, what's one of the most frequent ways that we measure wealth by people and form an opinion or pass judgment? Their house. The size of their house. What kind of cars do they have parked? Is it a manicured lawn? Or does it look like, squatters are living there and nobody's cut the grass in 2 years? We all form opinions. I have seen 4-foot grass in a yard that was cut the year before, and that person is a multimillionaire. They just choose to live like that, okay? But for the most part, you're not going to ride by and say, hey man, look at that house. That's got to be a millionaire right there. You're going to say that person's in financial distress. Something's going on. So, okay, I make this point to reiterate about if somebody takes a picture of 10 houses and they say, look what I got. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That guy's doing real well. That lady's doing real well and everything like that, okay? So you see that. But you don't sit there and see people saying, hey man, check it out. I'm sending this check off instead of getting a jet ski. Hey man, instead of going to Vegas for this week, I'm sending this check off and investing this money, You'll see people say stuff like, wait till you got $500,000 in the bank before you go buy the Bentley, or, wait till you got the X number of dollars before you get the Ferrari. And I agree with that kind of stuff, okay? That's what I subscribe to. However, it's not sexy, it's not fun, it doesn't look cool, and, chicks don't flock to you when you're sitting there showing a check saying, hey, I sent this amount of money off to a Southern company, I bought some more stock. Okay. It's not a fun, it's not a sexy, it's not a glamorous thing, okay? So, that is what I mean by keeping your emotions in check, all right? We get overrode so many times because we see something, oh, I gotta have it, I just gotta have it, that new pair of high tops or something, or that big thick gold chain or something like that. You gotta get me that Rolex watch and everything like that, A shift in perception will yield exponential dividends down the road. Put plain simply in redneck terms, quit buying the stupid stuff. Next, take yourself out of the place where you're at and go force yourself to associate on a regular basis with people that are in a position where you want to be, not where you're at. Okay, because a lot of this thing is that we have to get information from the outside. Okay, YouTube's a great place. There's a lot of fantastic people that got information on there that will help you out. Okay, so go ahead, devote an hour a day to improving yourself, your skill set. Oh man, I just ain't got that and everything. I bet you got time to go smoke a cigarette, drink a beer. Hello. It's all about priorities, sacrifice, and discipline. What is it that I'm willing to give up? What do I want? And now I'm going to start doing it day in and day out, whether I want to or not. Those 3 things, okay? And the thing about it is that that's another reason that you don't see people doing better, is because it's not instant. This ain't going to happen overnight, okay? It ain't like going and buying a scratch-off ticket, hitting for a couple million and saying, hey, I'm done, okay? And what I've talked about before, the majority of people that have hit it like that, they broke within 5 years, if not sooner, okay? They didn't develop the skills and the mindset to be able to hold the money, okay? Mike Tyson's a great example. If he had only blown what he made from passive income, there's no telling where he would be at today. I give you an example with me personally. I wanted a new truck. I wanted a diesel. I've never had a diesel in my life, and I kept saying, you know what? If I'm on my deathbed, I would have said, I wish I'd bought a diesel just to see what it's all about and everything, okay? So what did I do? I didn't run right out and buy one. I said, I got to get 2 rental properties up and going, cash flowing, to make the payment on that truck. That's exactly what I did. And both of those properties combined actually make more than the payment and the insurance. So there's actually money left over, okay? I don't take it out of my salary. I get it from passive income. And see, I'm going to have those assets probably a lot longer than I will have that truck. And so it was a shift in the mindset. And it's not fun sitting there 3-4 months and saying, oh man, that's a good looking truck. Man, that's a great price. Let me go ahead and pick that up and everything like that. No, Robert, you don't have those 2 rental properties up and going yet. Okay. See, there's nothing fun. And here's another skill, learning how to say no. No, you don't need to go out to eat tonight. No, you don't need to go do this. No, you don't need to spend money on this. No, you don't need to do that. No, you don't need to say yes to that person. It is extremely hard to do, however, extremely beneficial, learning how to say no. So, I leave you with this today to hope to increase your cash flow so that you have more freedom, more options, and financial independence, so that whenever you do decide to retire, it's going to be that much more enjoyable for you, because you're going to have more options and say, what is it that I would like to do, instead of saying, oh man, I wish I had invested more and I can't go and do this. No, we can't go see the grandkids. No, I can't buy this car. I'm going to have to buy that one because it's $200 cheaper a month, and whatever it is, okay? So, 1, change your mindset. Get your emotions in check. Ask yourself, why am I hesitating with this? One of the best examples that I've learned in the last year is having to do with people spending money on roofs. Roofs aren't fun, they're not glamorous, they're not sexy, they don't have a good time on the weekend. Nobody calls you and says, hey man, we're having a barbecue and we're going to look at my new roof, come on over. Roof doesn't look good with a new purse or heels or a short dress, it ain't happening, okay? It is a painful emotional experience to spend money on a roof. We would much rather take that money and spend it on pontoon, Harley, new shoes, whatever. So, but a roof is absolutely necessary because it protects one of our highest valuable assets. Protects the house. All right? If the roof's shot, ain't nothing else in the house going to be safe. So, there you have it. Change the mindset. Number 2, associate with people that are in a position where you want to be. Not where you're at, but where you want to be. Go and be with the people that are doing things that you want to be doing, but you're not currently doing, okay? Make it to where you're having to force yourself so that these things will start to take place in your life. You'll start to see a shift in your mentality. I will warn you though, your circle that you have right now, it will change. You will start to gravitate away from people that are not doing the same thing you are. And it's not going to be bad. It's not going to be anything that, you say, hey, look, man, I can't hang out with you because, you're not doing this or you're not doing that. It's just that your mindset's going to change. Your energy that you put out is going to be different, and it's going to attract different people. All right? Make sure that you're in a fish in a tank big enough to grow to your fullest capacity. So if you're a millionaire, go to try to associate with billionaires. If you're making $50,000 a year, go associate with people that are making $100,000. If you started a nonprofit group that helps 20 people, go hang out with people that have started a nonprofit that helps 200 people. That's what I'm talking about right there. And very last but least, just make sure that you're having a good time and doing what you enjoy. Life is too short not to. Have a wonderful day. Be productive. Be profitable. Robert with the Hustle Nation.